Hi everyone, welcome to your English class. Welcome to our English session. Today we're gonna learn alternatives for I want. You know that we say so often I want all the time. We say I want all the time. For example, I want to go out, I want a pizza, I want a new phone. And it is good. The thing is that we repeat this word all the time, and native speakers use other phrases that sound more natural and more friendly. So today we're gonna learn all of these phrases so that we can start using other phrases to express or to say that we want something instead of saying I want all the time. We are going to learn how we can use them, their pronunciation, and we will see several examples with them. So let's get started. Here we have the first alternative. It is I really want. I really want is natural, polite, and stronger than I want. This can sound stronger, stronger than I want. For example,
And I really want to be a jewel.
listen again.
And I really want to be a jewel.
And I really want to be a jewel.
And I really want to be a jewel.
Yes. So let's see some more examples using that. We really want to find a new apartment closer to our job. We really want to find a new apartment closer to our jobs. To our jobs or to our jobs. The second example I have here for you is this. She really wants to learn how to play the piano this year. She really wants to learn how to play the piano this year. So remember that this sounds stronger, a little stronger than saying just I want. I really want. The second alternative for I want that is still polite is I'd like. This is also polite. When I say I'd like, we mean, or I mean, I would like. This is the contraction for this for this auxiliary would, 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 and the contraction is I'd like, I would like. This is still polite. It is perfect for speaking in restaurants, stores, or formal situations. Any other formal situations. I'd like. For example,
I know she'd like to see you.
let's listen again.
I know she'd like to see you. I know she'd like to see you.
I know she'd like
I know
to
she'd like to see you.
see you. I know she'd like to see you. In other words, I know she wants to see you. I know she'd like to see you. I know she would like to see you. Can you see all the phrases that we can create saying the same? So
I know
here,
she'd like to see you.
I'm sorry. Let's continue with the next. I'd like a cup of coffee, please. So you are at the restaurant or a coffee shop and you're going to order. So you say, I'd like a cup of coffee, please. This way, using this phrase, you're being polite. You're using a vocabulary appropriate for the context. You're not talking to your mom, you're not talking to your friend, you're talking to someone you don't know. So you need to be polite. I'd like, I would like. Second example, he'd like to speak with the manager if possible. He, in other words, he wants to speak with the manager, right? But here we are using would like. He'd like, the contraction. He'd like to speak with the manager if possible. He would like to speak with the manager if possible, the complete way. Here, for example, we have the third. This is the third alternative for I want. We can use this phrase in a more casual context. I mean, if you are with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family, your friends, your coworkers, and you feel confident. You feel confident speaking with them, so you can say, I feel like. Use this in a casual way, especially for food, activities, or mood. So, for example,
I feel like eating a snail.
let's listen again.
I feel like eating a snail.
I feel like eating a snail. Snail, yes, he says that. And here we have another example. She feels like staying home and relaxing after a long day. She feels like staying home and relaxing after a long day. Something important that I wanted to highlight there is the conjugation of the verb that goes after this phrase. She feels like, and later we mention a verb, stay. In this case, the verbs that go after feel like are in ing, in gerund. She feels like staying home and relaxing after a long day. And if you want to use any other verb, it must go in ing. For example, she feels like eating, yes, or she feels like sleeping or going, etc. We have one more. I feel like eating something sweet after dinner. So this is a phrase we can use in a more casual context. Let's proceed with another phrase. This is I'm craving. I'm craving. Use this phrase to mention a strong desire, a strong desire you have. This is more expressive. I'm craving. For example, use this for strong desires, especially for food or experiences. For example, when women are pregnant, they use this phrase all the time because it's a strong desire. Pregnant women have a lot of desires all the time. So they say, oh, I'm craving usually food. Yes, usually food. So I'm craving, let's see,
Hey, I'm craving cheese right now.
food, cheese. Listen again. Let's go back and listen again.
Hey, I'm craving cheese right now.
I'm craving cheese.
Hey, I'm craving cheese right now.
Okay, I'm craving cheese right now. So we have another example. I'm craving some chocolate cake right now. I'm craving some chocolate cake right now. We can also mention things different to food. She's craving a beach vacation. She really needs to relax. She's craving a beach vacation. She really needs to relax. We have here another phrase that we can use instead of I want. And this is I'm in the mood for. This is one of the phrases that you can use in casual context with people you feel confident. And this phrase sounds friendly, sounds more natural, instead of saying I want all the time. Use this to talk about what you feel like doing or eating in the moment. In other words, this phrase, I'm in the mood for, is similar to the phrase I feel like. I feel like. I'm in the mood for. They are very similar. For example,
Yeah, I'm in the mood for orange chicken. Yeah, I'm in the mood for orange chicken.
I'm in the mood for orange chicken. Orange chicken.
Yeah, I'm in the mood for orange chicken.
Here, the next example is I'm in the mood for some ice cream and a good movie. I'm in the mood for some ice cream and a good movie. Or we're in the mood for Italian food, maybe pasta or pizza. We need to conjugate the verb to be according to the subject. In this case, we say we. We. We are. You can also say we are. We are in the mood for, or we're in the mood for Italian food, maybe pasta or pizza. The next phrase that we can say instead of I want is I'm dying for. I'm dying for. This tends to be more dramatic, more expressive, like dying, yes. So this is strong. This is a strong, informal desire. It can be for food, a rest, or something exciting. For example, remember that this is informal, so you can use this phrase with friends, close friends, close people. Yes, people that are very close to you.
I'm dying for a coffee.
Let's listen again.
I'm dying for a coffee.
I'm dying for a coffee. Yes, this is dramatic and more expressive. Another example, she's dying for a pizza from that new place everyone's talking about. She's dying for a pizza from that new place everyone's talking about. Next example, I'm dying for a vacation. I haven't had a break in months. I'm dying. You say, I'm dying for a vacation. For a vacation. I haven't had a break in months. Here we have another phrase that native speakers use when they want to express desires they have. And this is I could go for. I could go for. Use this to express a casual, spontaneous desire, something you would enjoy right now. For example,
Could go for a burrito.
again,
Could go for a burrito.
he said, I could go for a burrito. I could go for a burrito. So here he wants to say, I want, or I really want a burrito, or I feel like eating burrito. Yeah, so all of these are like synonyms for I want. Here we have he could go for a burger after the gym. He's starving. He could go for a burger after the gym. He's starving. Remember that starving is another way to say very hungry. He's very hungry. He's starving. We had a lesson about this a couple of weeks ago. We learned alternatives or synonyms for very, very hungry, very happy, very sad, very tired. I'm gonna leave you the video. Yes, I'm gonna leave you the video here if you wanna go and see that class. Next example, we could go for a walk after dinner. The weather's perfect. The weather's perfect. We could go for a walk after dinner. Here we have the summary, a summary about all the phrases that we have learned so far, the ones that we can use to instead of I want. So this summary is very important, so stick there and pay attention to this because here we will see some grammar recommendations. How to use all of them. How to use all of them. The first one, I really want or I'd like. These were the first two expressions, phrases. I really want and I would like or I'd like have the same conjugation in a sentence. I mean, after this, we can mention a noun or we can mention a verb after to. For example, I really want to travel abroad. Or I'd like to travel abroad. We can also say a noun. Let's create an example with a noun. I really want a coffee. I really want a coffee. I'd like a coffee. Okay? Noun, coffee. Verb with to travel, to go, to visit. I really want to visit my mom. Second phrase. I feel like. I feel like. The conjugation for this is after I feel like, we mention a noun. For example, coffee, pizza, a, mm, any noun. Yes, a new house, etc. I feel like a coffee right now. Or a verb in ing. For example, I feel like eating something sweet. The most common, with I feel like is a verb in ing. These are the most common examples. I feel like eating something sweet. I feel like going to the new restaurant. I feel like sleeping for a while or taking a nap. The next expression is I'm dying for. I'm dying for. This, after this, we can mention a noun, and that's all. Just a noun. This is the only option. For example, I'm dying for a cold drink. I'm dying for a soda. I'm dying for an apple, a piece of cake, a dessert, a coffee. We only mention nouns. When I say noun, everyone, if maybe this word you're not familiar to this word, is the first time you hear noun. What's that? When I say noun, I mean noun can be a thing, yes, a thing. For example, food. Yes, in this case, the most common example is food. So a noun is a thing, an animal, place, and people. All of these things are nouns. So I'm dying for a pizza, burger, etc. The next is I'm craving. I'm craving. After this, we can mention also a noun. For example, I'm craving some chocolate cake. I'm craving some coffee. I'm craving some fries. After this, we have I'm in the mood for. I'm in the mood for is before a noun or a verb in ing. For example, I'm in the mood for watching a movie. I'm in the mood for walking. I'm in the mood for eating a pizza or a noun. I'm in the mood for pizza. I'm in the mood for burger. I'm in the mood for a cheesecake, etc. And the last one that we learned in this lesson was I could go for. Could, I could go for. This, when we use I could go for, we mention a noun. Just, this is the only option. Nouns after this. I could go for a walk. Walk is a noun here. I could go for a walk right now. I could go for a movie. I could go for a pizza. And this is all. So this is the way we use all of these expressions in a sentence correctly. And remember that these are excellent alternatives you can use instead of saying all the time, I want. I want to go out. I want a pizza. I want a new phone. I want to travel. So you can use all of these phrases instead. Now I have 3 questions. I have a question for you to end this lesson, and is this: what are you craving? What are you craving right now? Or what are you in the mood for right now? You can ask this someone. You can ask this question anyone you have around. Hey, what are you craving? Or hey, what are you in the mood for? And that person can answer, I don't know, I'm craving chocolate. I'm craving some chocolate. I've been studying all day and I feel like I need to eat something sweet. Or that person can answer, I'm in the mood for a movie because I need to relax after work. You don't need to say because, this is just an example. I'm in the mood for a movie. So you say, okay, let's go watch a movie together. Or that person can also say, I could go for a nap. I haven't, I woke up very early today and I've been working for a lot of hours. So I could go for a nap. It's like, I want to sleep. I want to go for a nap. I want to take a nap. I could go for a nap. And this is. So you can mention many phrases that sound more natural and friendly instead of saying, I want, I want, I want all the time. Using these phrases, you can also sound like native speakers, like a native speaker because they use these phrases all the time. So this is all for today. Thank you. Thank you for joining today. Thank you very much for being here, learning all of these phrases, vocabulary that will help you improve your English and will help you speak better English. So see you later on the next English session. Bye bye.